Do you know that if you aren't charging properly for your landscape jobs, that you could be working for free? Do you know what you should be charging to make sure that you're pocketing $100,000 this year? If you're unsure, but you'd like to know, this is the video for you. If you're just going with your gut or basing your prices on what other guys are charging, you might be getting it right sometimes, but I bet you get it wrong quite a bit also. And this could be doing a lot more damage than you might think. Wouldn't you like to know how much you're making on every single job and to make sure that you're actually pocketing what you think you should be? Because if you aren't, it means you're working your tail off and you might be working for pennies. I see this all the time. You spend days or weeks on a job in 90-degree temperatures, sweating through your shirt, covered in dirt, going home at night in pain from the sunburns, all while trying to keep your clients happy. And when it's all said and done, you're not 100% sure how much you actually made on the job. This is how most landscapers operate, so you're not the only one, but there is a better way to do it. If you feel like you're doing everything right, but your bank account just isn't showing it, you're working nonstop, but it seems that everything you earn is going toward your crew's wages, your $1,200 a month truck payment, and the expenses to keep your shop open and running. And if this keeps happening, your stress levels are going to keep going up. You might even be questioning if the business is even worth it. But let me tell you, it is. But you just have to fix this one piece. I recently worked with a landscaper who thought he was making 16% on all of his jobs. But once we factored in his overhead and calculated it out, he was actually only earning 3%. That's barely $500 for a couple weeks worth of work. You can't live on that, let alone grow a business on that. The good news is we were able to fix it. What we did was we put together and implemented a simple pricing system. No more guessing, no copying what the other guy's doing, but a solid system that can be duplicated and used to train when you grow your business. Here's how to build it. Step 1, I want you to list out your top 10 most common materials and services that you provide. These are things like mulching, rock boulders, pavers, or whatever it might be that you use the most often. Step 2, get pricing from your top 2 suppliers. You don't have to get fancy, just give them a call and ask them what their prices are on these materials. But here's the trick. Make sure for your set price, you use the highest price from your suppliers. That way, if the cheaper option isn't available at the time, you don't have to eat that cost. And then make sure you're asking for a contractor discount. The discount's usually 30 to 40%, and it's based on how much you spend with the supplier. So being a loyal customer here can really pay dividends. And then this discount lets you mark up your supplies 100%. I know some people have a hard time with this, feeling that marking your supplies up 100% could be a ripoff, but here's why it's not. It's actually a standard business practice, and it's where quite a bit of your profit comes from. If I buy a pallet of flagstone for $600 and I mark it up to $1,200, this isn't me trying to get rich off of a pile of flagstone. This is me making sure that I cover the costs of running my business. Because here's what goes behind that pallet of flagstone. I had to source it, I put in an order for it, I have to pick it up and deliver it to the job site. It gets unloaded by the crew, and then it gets installed by the crew, and there's usually a guarantee that goes behind it. All of these steps take time, labor, fuel, wear and tear on the equipment and the employees, and admin work behind it. So that 100% markup, it covers the handling, the liability, and the operations of getting the supplies from point A to point B. And the bigger your contractor discount, the better. This means your margins are stronger, not that you owe it to the customer to pass on the discount. Remember, you're not running a charity here, you are running a legit business. And in business, margins matter. You can't pay your team, fuel your truck, keep your shop lights on, and build a stable financial future off of just breaking even prices. So don't apologize for making a fair profit. Own it. It's how you stay in business long enough to keep doing good work. Step number 3, include how you charge for the services you provide. Are you charging per square foot, per linear foot, per man hour? Make sure to write it down. You don't have to tell your client how you're charging. This is just for your own internal company use. Make sure you stay consistent, whether it's you doing the bidding or somebody you hire. These are the steps that it takes to take you from guesswork to actually doing real business math. And then step 4, keep it all accessible. You want this price list right on your desktop where you do estimates, and make sure to pull it up every single time you're putting an estimate together. Don't get cocky and think that you know and have memorized it. No matter how good you are, no matter how good I became in my business, I always pulled up my pricing list. And I would recommend that you do the same. Or even better, if you're using a CRM like Jobber, which is what we used in our company, you can build it all in to the system in drop-down format. I'll drop the link for Jobber in the show notes if you want to get it. Now, the most common mistakes that I see. First of all, overcomplicating it. You don't need pricing from every single supplier in town. Call around, take the highest price, put your markup on it, set the price, and leave it at that. And then the second thing I see is not updating your price sheet often enough. Make sure you do this at least once or twice a year. If you're still quoting from last season's prices, you're definitely leaving money on the table. So here's what I want you to do today. Open a blank spreadsheet, write down your top 10 services and materials, call your 2 biggest suppliers, drop in your set pricing using the highest price and your markup, and boom, that's your base price list. This is the foundation that you set now to grow your business confidently, charge what you're worth, and actually make the money you deserve doing the work you love. You did not start this business to stay stuck in the weeds, exhausted, and barely scraping by. You started it for more freedom, more control over your time, and more income. And this is the first step that gets you there. If you're ready to build a business that works for you, and not just keeps you busy, I can help you get there. You can start by subscribing to my newsletter where I tell you exactly how I built a 7-figure per year landscape business. The link to sign up is in the show notes below. Can't wait to see you there.